to the 4th episode of the Perch Palm Diaries. It's been a pretty busy summer working on a bait release that happened earlier in the year, and I haven't had a lot of time to film and edit. I figured I'd put this episode together as a bit of a recap of some of the adventures that I've got up to over the summer and spring of 2018-2019. The action's not all perch palm related, but there's some pretty cool stuff in there. You'll get to see some topwater perch, some big natives from Googong, and also a little bit of saltwater fun from my birthday a few weeks ago. So in early spring of 2018, I decided to head out and test the 90mm swim baits as a topwater option. I had a little urban pond in mind that would be perfect for fishing surface. It's full of lily pads, it's quite shallow, and there's some big fish. So I just kind of had a hunch that this spot would be great to test these lures as a topwater option. The technique is essentially fishing an unweighted swim bait on a weedless hook and fast burning these swim baits across the top of the lily pads and out into the open water. Unfortunately on that day I didn't manage to set the hooks on any of the fish, but we got some really cool footage. I had 2 or 3 more days out there trying to get the fish to bite, but as I had expected, the water had got quite warm and the fish refused to move from their shady lily pads. With that in mind, it was time for me to move on and chase some different species, but don't worry, we head back later to get our revenge. It's a big fucking fish. Fuck.
Oh, fuck yes. Oh.
There is a fucking good fish under the boat.
Oh my god.
What a spring it was for Canberra anglers. Googong was at its absolute best firing for big golden perch. If you were on the mark, the quality of these fish is hard to believe. Peak hour on Googong. How do you on? Solid fish too by the looks of it. That's a donk, 62. Say some words for us, Pat.
Special place, man.
Looking at pig. Second for the morning, probably about 58, and about as fat as they come. Absolute giant. Let's get it back. During the spring gold rush, I finally managed to beat a 9-year-long personal record for golden perch. My previous record was 64.5 centimetres from an urban lake in Canberra about 9 years ago.
animal.
That's an animal. Personal best. Yes, buddy! 66. New personal best. Look at that fucking giant. That is a big, slimy, filthy rubble. We're going to get some photos too. Googong really is the holy grail for when it comes to big native fish. They aren't always easy to fool, but when they do fire, the results can be breathtaking. My wife Katie booked a really nice holiday for us down in Mallacoota for my 30th birthday. We had a great weekend away. I managed to get out on the Roundabout and have a little bit of a fish. And Katie got some cool footage of us sort of unpacking and packing the car, showing you guys how easy it is to really take a Roundabout with you. The highlight of the fishing was a mid-70s flathead that I managed to fool on a Perch Palm Plastics pintail minnow, just fished on a light jig head. I managed to catch a few other smaller flathead along the way. In mid-February, after a few months of deliberating, my good friend Will managed to buy a new boat. We decided to head out to Googong to break it in on its first voyage, and that we did. We started off the morning casting Perch Palm 25cm swim baits at rock ledges and the tree lines, trying to catch a big cod early in the morning. But we didn't have any success. We did, however, use that time to search and scan for fish. We eventually found a little recess in a big flat that was holding some big fish. We moved in for a little bit of a closer investigation, and sure enough, directly under us there was a large congregation of big fish we knew were either golden perch or cod, but we didn't get any bites of them immediately, so we were a bit frustrated. I knew what I had to do. It's an old trout trolling trick that when things go quiet, grab your lunch.
This'll work. I'll just start to eat. Start having a munch.
One pound fishes. Yep, here we go. Yep, I can get far. Oh, it's a good one too. Yeah!
Not only did the old sandwich trick land us the best golden of the trip, but just as I was about to take a photo of that golden, Will hooked up to this. That's a cod. Okay, so we're onto a big cod right now. We've also got a giant yellow belly in the boat. So we're in a bit of a pickle. We're gonna have to chase this.
Or is it just a... No, it's gotta be a cod, eh?
It's a cod. We just got this really nice golden, probably 60 centimeters or so. And then, just as I was about to take a photo of this, Will hooked up to a big cod. It's going to be an epic battle. I'm just going to try and let this one go. And she went off like a shot. All right, I'm back with you, brother. Christening the KRX with its first ever buckling. Oh, it is big. I got it. High five, man.
Oh yeah, it never gets old catching a big fish. Holy shit. How's that? Just broke her in.
Broke her in, brand newie. It's not focusing well, but how do you feel, man?
I feel fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's very...
We just cracked onto a pattern, and now I think we've scared all the fish away. We did press 1 on that remote, didn't we?
Yeah, I pushed 1 and 2.
Yeah, nice. Now that's what we're talking about. TN munches. Never gets old. That's fat.
That's fucking fat.
Yeah, that's fat. On the TG Razor, Will's calling out to me.
Snap one, treble off it.
Oh!
And it's out.
Is it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, they're up for us, man.
Holy.
Oh, look at the girth on that fucking thing. Jesus! Hang on. That is absolutely insane.
Holy fuck, cunt. That is a barrel.
Yeah, absolute barrel. that wraps up this episode of the Perch Palm Diaries. I hope you've enjoyed the action. To stay up to date, follow me on Instagram and click that subscribe button. Before I go, I promised you guys revenge earlier in this episode, and that's what you're about to get. After close to 6 months of time passing and plenty of fish in between, the thought of that topwater perch footage from earlier in the episode has been keeping me up at night. I knew I had to break the curse, so I asked Katie to come with me just for 20 minutes to film, and here's how it went down. First cast. That was sick. On the new hook. What a treat. Wheelbase. See his tails.
Oh, he's like
He's got like
broken spine or
scoliosis
something.
or something. He's a really chunky little fella.
Put him more on an angle this way. Yeah, that's better. Woo!
He got off. That was a good fish. Snapped it. Yeah, hit him too hard. That's the only lure I brought. So I got a little bit too excited just then and snapped the line off on the hook set. I only brought one lure with me, so that'll be the end of this session, but it's such a relief. It's been about 3 months since I've been out here trying to capture these fish on footage on the surface, and we finally managed to get one to hook up and land it today. So I'm really happy with that, and it was all on perch palms.